The Rams defense made some good calls last night, particularly in the second half, just shutting down the Buccaneers. Brady threw for just 90 yards on double the amount of pressures in the second half, threw 2 interceptions after throwing none in the first half. So we come out of last night's game, a game that I sort of led into saying could easily be a preview of an NFC playoff game or even the NFC championship game. So let's do this. Dan Graziano, I'll start with you. If I told you right now that one of the 2 teams we watched on Monday Night Football last night is going to wind up in the Super Bowl this year, which one would you bet it will be?
Coming off of last night's game, you have to say the Rams. They look like the better team. Tampa Bay looks like kind of a mess. And when you think about it in the big picture, the Rams were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago with a lot of the same people, whereas the Buccaneers team that they're putting together this year, you know, some guys are still getting to know each other. So I don't think it's completely ridiculous to look and say that the Rams would have the better chance. They play very good defense. If Jared Goff can throw the ball that much and as effectively as he did last night, then that's something they have going for them that we haven't seen much this year. But they definitely look like the better team. Right now, they would be the 2 seed.
Greg McElroy, which of last night's 2 teams would you bet money would wind up in the Super Bowl?
It'd be the Rams, and it's because history repeats itself. Guys, we just have to go back 1 year, and the similarities between the 2020 Rams and the 2019 San Francisco 49ers are very real. Let's go through the checklist. Young, offensive-minded head coaches, check on both. You have a very talented, however, somewhat of a liability at quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo was that for San Francisco. Jared Goff at times has been that for the Rams. You have an unbelievably dominant and disruptive defensive line. We already know what the 49ers had last year with Bosa and company, and then you got Aaron Donald, maybe the best defensive player in the entire league, if not for Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey's very much in the mix. Physical, ball-hawking secondary that can really disrupt the rhythm of the passing game. We already know the result of what San Francisco did last year. They were just a miraculous comeback from Patrick Mahomes away from winning a Super Bowl. What will we see from the LA Rams? But things and I think the parallels between those two teams are somewhat there. I do worry though about Goff. I mean, I don't know how else to say that. He made a couple of really bad decisions last night. The Rams could have run away with this game if not for him making some terrible decisions in the pass game. And that defense, man, they were disruptive the entire night. So I really like what I've seen so far outside of the occasional bad decision from Jared Goff.
Look at you making fancy full screens and everything to illustrate your argument. Jeff Saturday, I'm telling you right now, one of the teams we watched last night is winding up in the Super Bowl. Which one are you telling me it is?
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams. As much as it pains me because I've been a Bucs apologist for the entire football season, but what I saw last night was disheartening. And I'll say because when you look at their offensive line and the ability to protect and keep that pocket clean for Tom Brady, it just has not been there, Greeny. And so you're watching. We've talked about this has been the book on Tom Brady really his entire career, and it's every pocket passer. If you move him off his spot, but the concern for me is the deep ball, and that's what Bruce Arians wants to live on. Brady's not doing it well. As much as it pains me, I'm going Rams at this point.
All right. Well, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mine is that rare genius that will not be fully appreciated until long after my time. The correct answer here, of course, remains the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they have Tom Brady, and someone needs to go into Bruce Arians' office, and I think that someone is Brady, needs to walk into his office and say, you know what? You're getting this all wrong. It's time to let me get it right. He's got to stop flinging the ball down the field. It is evident, and you guys have talked about it all morning long. He can't do it. That offense that he runs is not the offense they should be running. So, in my opinion, it remains Tampa Bay. They just need to start playing Tom Brady's brand of football rather than Bruce Arians' brand of football. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.